Before I begin, I'd like to read this one comment here. I'm just going to say it, you go to the movies too often. Well, Videodrome TV version, while I appreciate the comment, I respectfully disagree. I believe that I go see movies a normal amount. Anyway, on to the video. I saw 18 movies this summer. I like summer movies. I like summer, I like movies, and I like going to the movies in the summer. You know what else I like doing in the summer? Never uploading. So now that summer's pretty much over, I'd like to take a look now at the movies I saw from May to August, give a little review for each one, and then give it a score from 1 to 10. Does that sound like fun? Doesn't matter, because this is it. This is the video. May. Long Shot. Now, I was pretty reluctant about going to see this because it's another movie where Seth Rogen plays a scruffy loser who falls in love with a beautiful lady, and despite their differences, they fall in love. We've seen that before, I believe. But no, it was actually really good. It was really charming and sweet and pretty funny. I thought Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron had pretty good chemistry, but what really made the movie for me was the side characters. I'm talking O'Shea Jackson Jr., June Diane Raphael, Bob Odenkirk played the president. It was pretty predictable, though, and there were a couple of scenes that should have been cut. I do not think it should have been 2 hours long. But other than that, it was a pretty fun time. 8 out of 10. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Now, I really wanted to like this movie, honestly. But as I was watching it, I came to a shocking discovery. I don't like Ryan Reynolds all that much. I mean, I think he's pretty funny in the Deadpool movies, but that's about it. I don't think I like his personality in anything else. And besides that, the story was pretty predictable, and they don't do enough with the premise, in my opinion. It wasn't terrible, it was just meh. So, 5 out of 10. The Hustle. It's a dumb comedy, but I like dumb comedies. So, I kind of like this one. Sue me. And if you do sue me, then I'll just get Rebel Wilson to represent me. 'Cause she used to be a lawyer. I think I read somewhere. Nah, but seriously, Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway had pretty good chemistry. And there were a lot of jokes in there that surprised me by how clever and funny they were. It's not a completely sound and put together film, but for what it's worth, it's alright. 7 out of 10. Aladdin. I really hate myself for seeing this. I only went to just confirm what I had already expected, that it was going to be just a bland by-the-numbers remake. They just did not do enough to justify its existence, and it just bummed me out. During one part in You Never Had a Friend Like Me, Will Smith's face gets really close to the screen, and the sound mixing is just so weird that it's almost like Will Smith is in your head, stealing your childhood memories. 3 out of 10. Booksmart. I loved Booksmart. This is the only movie I gave a perfect 10 out of 10 to, because it is amazing, and it cured my depression. It's funny as hell, it's got a great cast, it's got great characters. Sometimes all the characters would have to do was just show up, and it made me laugh. Not to mention, Caitlin Deaver's character's storyline, with her having a crush on this one girl and she wasn't sure if she was gay or not. Hey, can't relate. Price for the screenwriters just following me around in high school because I'm in this movie and I don't like it. I'm kidding, I did like it. I love the movie a lot. 10 out of 10. Wine Country. Now, I'm a little bit biased because I love the SNL ladies so much. And of course I'm gonna like a movie where they just hang out in wine country for a weekend. But I do have to point out that it gets a little melodramatic at times, and of course it's not really much of a plot to it, so if you're looking for a strong story, you're not gonna find it here. But if you love the SNL ladies as much as I do, I think you're gonna have a pretty good time, so 7 out of 10. Rocket Man. Now, I made a sketch a few months earlier making fun of one of the scenes, and I just want to reiterate, that doesn't mean I hate it at all, I just found that one scene to be a little bit silly. But overall, it was a really fun movie. And as someone who's seen Walk Hard like a million billion times, I can say that Rocket Man has only a couple of scenes that remind me of it. With Bohemian Rhapsody, it was happening like every 5 minutes. But Rocket Man strays from the format enough to where it really feels like its own original product. And it's got Elton John music, come on. 8 out of 10. Ma! That's it. That's the whole movie title. Ma! I had pretty high hopes for this movie, mostly because of Octavia Spencer, and I liked the trailer. Unfortunately, there was a lot of wasted potential. I would have given this movie a higher score if they actually kept up the momentum in the first half. Octavia Spencer was in full form, the jokes were kind of funny, but unfortunately, it gets so convoluted like halfway through. Actually, Octavia Spencer has been involved in the past 2 Best Picture winning movies. She was in The Shape of Water and she executive produced Green Book, so, I wouldn't count out Ma for 2020. Ma 2020. Get that gold. Nah, but 4 out of 10. June. Child's Play. Now, I came into this movie with pretty low expectations, and it completely blew me away. It didn't particularly excel as a horror movie, but it definitely worked as a horror comedy. In fact, I would say that some of the scenes in Child's Play made me laugh more than most of the comedies I saw this summer. The cast was great. I didn't think Aubrey Plaza would be able to pull off playing a mom. I was wrong. Very sorry, Aubrey. The movie was pretty great. However, the scene at the beginning where they explain how Chucky got to be evil, it's a little bit iffy. But other than that, it was great. 9 out of 10. Toy Story 4. I did not want to go see this movie because they already ended the series 9 years ago. Why make another one? But then I heard that Keanu Reeves was going to be in it, and Key and Peele were going to be in it, and then I started to read the reviews, and I realized, oh yeah, this is still Pixar, and they still care, and they still put effort into their movies. It still had that classic Pixar charm, that Toy Story style sense of humor. It did not make me cry, though. Every other Toy Story movie has made me cry, not this one, so points off for that. 9 out of 10. I only saw 2 movies in June, what's with that? July! Midsommar! I am a big fan of Hereditary, so of course I was excited when I heard that Ari Aster is putting out a new movie again this year, and it was pretty much everything I expected it to be. It was gorgeous, it was captivating, it was intense, it was really intense, even more so than Hereditary. So it may be a while before I watch this one again. 9 out of 10. Spider-Man, Far From Home. This was a Spider-Man movie. Sort of. No, I liked it. I liked it plenty. It just didn't really have that magic that Spider-Man Homecoming had. Maybe it's the change up of location, maybe it's the different writers, maybe it's the fact that this is coming right off the heels of Endgame. I don't know. It's far from my least favorite Spider-Man movie, but there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. But of course, I don't know what's gonna happen to Spider-Man now because I've only been half reading the news, but it was good. It was fine. 8 out of 10. Oops, my anarchy symbol. Stuber. Now, I am a huge fan of Kumail Nanjiani. I love his stand-up. I love The Big Sick. So of course I'm gonna go see this, of course. He had great chemistry with Dave Bautista. They played against each other really well. And I'm gonna call it right now. This is gonna be the best movie of the year where Dave Bautista plays an officer who has to team up with an unlikely person. 7 out of 10. The Lion King. Now, I did not see this one by choice. My sister was in town, she had her kids, and her oldest, my 5-year-old niece, really wanted us to all see this as a family. What am I gonna do? Say no? Like some kind of Grinch? And besides, I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as, say, Aladdin, and it wasn't as bad. It was pretty much a shot-for-shot remake of The Lion King, but with CGI animals and different voices. So it was still The Lion King, it's just slightly different and longer. 5 out of 10. The Art of Self-Defense. I really love this movie. It's deliciously dark, it's very funny, and I love the directing style. It was very unique and a little bit weird, but I like weird. Don't be surprised if at the end of the year you see this on people's best of lists, because it is that good. 9 out of 10. August! The Angry Birds movie 2. I only saw this because I saw the first Angry Birds movie a few years ago, and then I saw on Rotten Tomatoes it had like a 70-something%, while the first movie had like 30-something%, I don't know. So I thought if there's like a 40% increase, then that means that the movie has to be better. But it turns out it was pretty much the same. I mean, there were some pretty funny parts, some decent character development, but I don't know. I'm starting to think these movies aren't made for me. 5 out of 10. Good Boys. This movie was really, really funny. I honestly didn't think Jacob Tremblay had it in him. And then that other actor, Keith L. Williams, he absolutely stole the show. Now, I realize that this movie and also Booksmart, they're sort of aping off of the Superbad model of comedies, but I'll stop seeing them when they stop being so endearing. And when they stop casting Will Forte in them. Will Forte's in both movies, I don't know why, but, you know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I love him. And I love this movie. 9 out of 10. And then we're closing out with Ready or Not. And I also really, really love this movie. Samara Weaving really stands out as a lead character. And she's really sympathetic and really relatable. And the whole movie is just a very clever commentary on what the upper class will do to protect their riches, especially if they've inherited into it. It's just an excellent movie. And I really hope they don't mess it up by making like a Ready or Not 2, Ready or Not Here I Come, the sequel, on ice. 9 out of 10. So that's every movie I saw this summer. There was an average score of 7.28 out of 10, which means I had a pretty good time this summer. That being said, there's not a lot of movies that I'm looking forward to now that the summer season is over. Maybe Cats. I've just seen the trailer so many times, and I'm so curious. I just have to see it now. But that's gonna do it for me this week. I'd like to give a shout out to Absolute Travesty for signing up to my Patreon. You too can sign up for my Patreon by going to the link down below. For as little as $1 a month, you get cool perks like seeing my videos a day early, and the first 10 people who sign up, regardless of what tier you choose, you get a shout out from me. Now I've already given it to 4 people, that means there's 6 spots left. Hey, that's pretty good chances. Come on in. Water's fine. I'm gonna cut that out. Okay, have a great day, John Butter fandom.